Okay, guys. So actually, hold on. Let me get a few more lights on here. 1 second, everybody. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so perfect intro. There we go. I don't have all the lights on this time because, to be fair, my AC unit is not working amazingly well. And as you know, I have one of those really incredible Florida houses that was basically built off a trailer, and then they added rooms to it, and then they added more rooms to it. But it's literally, it started off as a single wide trailer. So anyway, the point is the AC unit in the wall is just not doing an amazing job. So I was heating up in the last video. Let's get right into this video. So with that said, I'm getting this specifically from, and I'll just tell you exactly where it is, the semi-annual report to Congress, April 1st, 2023 to September 30th, 2023 for the Social Security Administration on behalf of the Office of the Inspector General. As you guys know, the Office of Inspector General is the group that headlines or specifically makes significant choices about the CDI units, which are the groups that investigate you. They're the secret police that can be watching you if you are disabled or before you get disability benefits, etc. So I want to read to you right from it real quick so you understand some of the basics, and then we're going to go into the specific point of this video, which is who does the SSA CDI unit, who do the SSI CDI units hunt the most? Like, who are they going after the most when it comes to, allegations received, having to deal with stuff, having to look into things? Who do they deal with the most? Now, first off, cooperative disability investigations, going to read right from it and explain things as I go through it. Although OIG broadly investigates fraud across all SSA programs, so not just disability, retirement, etc., all of them, we have a dedicated CDI program that focuses on both pre-effectuation and post-entitlement cases. Now, just to give you a heads up, what they're saying here is that for SSI people, which is a very large group that they investigate, right before they're found disabled, there's this thing called the PERC, or the pre-effectuation interview. Now, the pre-effectuation interview is basically where they will go ahead and see if you financially meet the non-medical requirements, right? Because SSI has all those financial limitations. And as a result of that, just to clarify real quick, what that means at the end of the day is that they're looking to see if there's any potential fraud that the SSI person is committing, like if they're actually out there working. So there's a high amount of SSI people who are approved, but then can go under an even more scrutiny-oriented review before they go through their PERC, right? Because if you get a medical approval, you still have to go through your pre-effectuation interview for your non-medical approval, right? Which gives you all you need to get your money. Okay. Now, the next thing is post-entitlement cases. That means you get your benefits, and somewhere down the line, they're going to potentially investigate you. CDI units routinely investigate allegations of fraud before benefits are paid and support continuing disability reviews by providing evidence for determinations. So put another way, they will investigate you if you file on day one and you're looking for benefits. If you're a month into it, 6 months into it, 9 months into it, whatever, they can still investigate you. Okay. Rosalind Thompson, thank you for the $4 donation. That's awesome. Thank you again. That's awesome. Again, Rosalind Thompson did a $4 donation, which is absolutely awesome. That's the third super on live streams that we've had tonight, which is amazing, which is really, really cool. And I see 6 of you guys, little thumbs up, which is awesome. Now, let me keep reading through this. Since 1997, CDI units have improved program integrity by resolving questions of fraud in Social Security claims. A CDI unit consists of an OIG specialist agent who leads the unit. So just to clarify things, right? You have OIG special agent. That's like the head person. And then you go to the CDI unit, and you have the CDI people that are basically handling the actual investigation. So a CDI unit consists of an OIG special agent, right? Sounds just like the FBI because OIG has some FBI qualities to it, who leads the unit and personnel from SSA, state agencies called Disability Determination Services, and state or local law enforcement partners. Okay, stopping an improper payment before it occurs or as soon as it is suspected is in the interests of SSA, OIG, and the taxpayers. See, they're selling you on this. By combining federal and state resources and expertise, CDI unit benefits not only Social Security programs, but also other federal and state programs such as food and nutrition assistance. They're talking about SNAP, right? Food stamps, housing assistance, Medicare, and Medicaid. Cool. CDI units have contributed to a projected savings of taxpayers of more than $8 billion since its inception. Just to clarify, I know that sounds like little money since we're used to hearing donations to Ukraine, but they've saved, by going after fraudsters, $8 billion, which to me, that's a lot of money if you're investigating people. That's pretty impressive. Now, the question then becomes, how much have they spent since their inception? So, I mean, they've been around for a while. They've been around since, before, I think it was just before the 9/11 thing. They started to do it, and then they really kicked it up with 9/11 because there were a lot of police officers. There were a lot of firefighters who, I won't go into it because everybody always gets upset when I talk in a negative way about what some of those individuals did. But the bottom line is there was a big case there. All right. Now, with that said, during the reporting period, the work of CDI units led to 574 disability claims being denied or ceased. 38,980,457 in projected savings and 5,733,592 in recoveries for SSA programs and 49,656,093 in projected savings for non-SSA programs. So they saved, other than like outside the SSA, 50 mil. And that's pretty substantial. That's pretty good. SSA and OIG worked with state and local partners to successfully expand CDI coverage by the end of fiscal year 2022 in accordance with the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015. So that was the whole thing with that, was to make sure that they had basically an office in every single state, like a CDI unit, not mini hubs all over, but like an actual CDI unit, an actual CDI unit, not just a hub, but an actual unit in every single state. Most people think that these units aren't just like basically the state capitals, and most of them are, but some of them are not. And some of the states have two, just as a heads up. Okay. SSA and OIG worked with state and local partners to successfully expand CDI coverage by the end of fiscal year 2022 in accordance with the Bipartisan Act 2015. 50 CDI units now cover 50 states, the District of Columbia and Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. Now, what the question I always get from people is, okay, what about places outside of the U.S. states and U.S. possessions? What about places like, Vietnam, places like South Korea, places like Taiwan? I get that question a lot from veterans. Okay, now let's get right to it. Let's go through specifically what the CDI units are investigating, and then we're going to hit who essentially they have to investigate the most purely by the numbers. I'm going to put on another light because it's starting to cool down in here. Just give me one sec. Okay. Oh, I can feel it's going to get hotter, though. I can feel it. You can feel it. Oh, all right. Okay. So with that said, just keeping this all in mind, the Office of Investigations, OI, right, receives and evaluates the allegations of, and this is what they're looking for, fraud, waste, abuse, and mismanagement in SSA's programs and operations, and takes appropriate action in coordination with the federal, state, and local prosecutors. OI also investigates allegations of retaliation against whistleblowers who have been protected through disclosure, who have made protected disclosures. Our investigators may result in criminal or civil prosecutions, civil monetary penalties, or agency administrative actions. We received 143,816 allegations during this reporting period, shown by category in the chart below. So these are the numbers that we're going to go through shortly. But just let me go through that one sentence real quick. If you're in trouble, like if you do something wrong or something's bad, or it's just something where you've done something wrong and the SSA is investigating you, there are agency administrative actions, where they take the benefits and they punish you with them. There are civil monetary penalties, right? That's where they're saying, okay, well, you owe us now this much money outside of your benefits, right? It's a civil thing. Then there's civil prosecutions, which is like a higher version of that. And then, of course, criminal prosecutions. The civil prosecutions are like torts and stuff like that. And then criminal prosecutions are crimes, misdemeanors, felons, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Now you guys are good to go. OI works closely with federal, state, and local law enforcement partners in participating on task forces and working groups, including those related to COVID-19 pandemic fraud. Subject matter experts provide support in areas such as digital forensics, policy training, and analytics. OI also oversees the CDI program, manages OIG's fraud hotline. Okay, so you would think, well, how do you prove who they hunt down the most? Well, the reality of it is that whoever has the highest category of allegations is the group that they have to look into the most and hunt down the most, because that's the most allegations are made. So they got to go after those people the most. Now, what most of you are wondering is which category of impairment they go after the most, which I'll do another video on. But this is not that video. So let me go through it real quick. At the very bottom, at the very bottom of this list, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8, the 8 and least most, well, I mean, there's other stuff other than these categories, but the number 8 on this category that they go after are employee safety allegations. Employee safety allegations. Number 7, employee fraud allegations. Employee fraud allegations. And in this report, there are some saucy, like there are SSA employees who literally create fake accounts to put like fake people accounts to put money into, to funnel it into their own accounts, their own bank accounts, their own PayPals, all that stuff. Like there's some saucy stuff that some of these bad apples do at the SSA. Number 6 on the category list, supplemental security income, disability, and aged allegations, which surprised me because I thought they were going to be like at the top of the list. I just thought the SSI people were going to be like, and that's like just me, being like, oh, because I work with a lot of the homeless and low income, and there's a significant amount of those who do the worst crimes. So with that said, let me just go through these real quick. The amount of allegations received for employee safety allegations, number 8 was 384. The amount of allegations received for number 7, which were employee fraud allegations, 1,356. The amount of allegations received, and then it jumps massively, right? The amount of allegations received for category 6, supplemental security income, disability, and aged allegations, is, and remember, aged allegations means people on SSI that are over 60 or 65 and above, right? 14,443 allegations, right? Next one up the category, retirement and survivors insurance allegations. So now we're talking about, basically RSI stuff, right? So, for this, we're looking at 17,467 allegations. That's a lot. Other allegations, things don't fit into this, 8 category groups, right? So this is number 4 on the list. Other allegations, 18,252 allegations. Now we're getting into the big stuff, the top 3 of who they hunt down the most, who they go after the most. Number 3, Social Security number misuse allegations, which, to be honest, I thought up there with SSI, maybe that would have been the top one, like all that abuse and, slam the scam and all that jazz. I thought Social Security number misuse allegations would be like the highest, right around SSI people. Although apparently in my head, SSI people are not as bad as, you would think they are when it comes to crimes. But to be fair, I work with a lot of homeless who commit significant crimes. So that's why there's a potential bias up there in my brain. But, that's another thing to go into. Now, they're at 20,628. Again, 20,628. I can just feel it. Somebody in the chat section will be like, yeah, you're mean to SSI people. And it's like, dude, give me a break. How many attorneys do you know that work literally like at homeless locations with them to like make sure their forms are filled out, hold them through the process with doing this and doing that? It's always some BSer that's like, oh, you don't understand. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I don't see you at the homeless help facilities working with these people who can't read. Like, I don't see you there with me donating time. Like, I don't see that answering questions outside of your field of knowledge to help people. I don't see that. But again, there'll always be some like, disability warrior on here. And I'm just like, dude, give me a break. Number two, disability insurance allegations. Oh, we're getting to our SSDI people. A lot of SSDI people, a lot of allegations. Looks like a lot of people are reporting a lot of people on regular disability benefits, significantly more than SSI. SSI was 14,443 allegations. SSDI, number 2, is 26,823 allegations. And remember, this isn't even a full year. This is April 1st to September 30th. It's like a half. It's not even, is it even April's the 4th month and September's the 9th month. So you got, basically, I mean, that's not even, I guess, well, you look at the first day and that's okay. You get the half month or the half year rather, but still, this is only half a year. You know what I mean? This isn't even a full year. This is not an annual report. This is, what do they call this on the front? They called it a semi-annual. Yeah. So it's just a bi-yearly report, but I mean, think about it. That's only half the year. It's only half the damn year. Now, number 1, the most hunted down the most reviewed group, which I guess I should have thought of. I mean, it makes sense when you look at it, but the number one group that they receive allegations about, 44,463 reported allegations during half the year. 44,463. Remember, the SSI people, which I thought were going to be like right at the top, they were only coming in at 14,443. But 44,463, the people that are most hunted down are imposter allegations received category. Essentially, those who, like, you ever go onto the internet and you're like clicking around and like, you know, there's some BS-y link, or there's some like, you could have this much money if you click here. You could have this much per month if you click here. That is the imposter allegation received. Like, okay, so basically when they're claiming to be like a law firm that doesn't exist, when they're claiming to be, you know, the SSA, when they're claiming to be, you know, some special thing connected to the SSA, like some sort of like, you know, quasi SSA company that has some magical channel, that is what is reported the most. And it's not reported a little bit more. It's damn near double what the disability insurance allegations are. The SSDI people that are basically like turned in. Okay. Look at that chart. That chart is like almost double, definitely more than the third category, almost double. All right. So the point is, what's really interesting about this is that the imposter situation is like the biggest problem the SSA has. Now they have their whole like slam the scam thing and yada yada, and they've gotten better about it. Because I've noticed and I don't know if you guys, and let me know if you've noticed this. Like, I'm curious to see what you like are seeing on your computer. But I've noticed that the imposter, like, you know, click here now, or the, you know, you'll get this much, the maximum amount of retirement if you click here now. I've noticed that stuff is not as prevalent on the internet as it used to be. I mean, it used to be all over the damn place, but now it's not as prevalent. So anyways, I will catch you guys a little bit later, but please remember, and I'm going to do one more video. Please remember, okay, to like and subscribe. And the reason why is that a lot of people get to learn a lot from this channel. And then some people, as they go through this process, they're like, okay, well, how does this work? What do I do with this? How do I get through this? They won't get that if they don't know to go to this channel. And this channel has helped a lot of people win disability benefits. So it's a good thing. It also helps me continue to upkeep the amount of level of service that we give to our clients, because it kind of supplements the law firm's income as well. Right? It requires a ton of work and it doesn't pay much. Like when people are like, oh, I'm going to be a massive YouTuber, that happens when you're at like 400, 500,000 subscribers. But at my current size, I think it's like 126,000 subscribers. It ain't there yet, but we're shooting on trying to make it there. So final thought. Oh, there we go. Doom Pigeon. I always love that name. That's so cool. Let me put a little like on that. Doom Pigeon. Awesome. Thank you for the $1 donation. That's absolutely amazing. Very, very cool. Shirley again with another 99-cent donation with popcorn. Living the dream. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So here's the deal. Please remember to go to Google. Click. Look for Disability Resolution Law Firm, Disability Resolution Florida, and throw some stars at it. All right. Just throw them. Just chuck them up there. All right. I'll catch you a little bit later. Please hang around in about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I have to check on Sweetie again, make sure she's okay. She was sleeping at the last video, and then we'll go from there. I'll try to turn the lights back on for the next video, but it was so hot. And you can hear, if you listen carefully, my AC unit that's in the wall of my house. Imagine that. You buy a house in Florida, and the AC unit is built into the wall. So damn right. Anyways, I will catch you guys a little bit later. I hope you have a better house than mine, and we will go from there. Take care and see you soon. All right. Bye-bye.